Alright, in this video I'll walk you through how to configure your appointment slots, and also I will use the example. You requested I should change afternoon appointment from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. So to configure your appointment slots, you check your menus. You will have appointment. From appointment you click on settings. Okay, on this book settings we have a time slot. Here we have custom time slot. This is the two area where you configure your appointment and time slot. So let's configure the basic time slot. On this time slot, this is where you set your time slots that will be applied to the whole of your calendar every day of your appointment. So on the custom time slot, this is where you configure, maybe if you have a specific date you want to disable, or maybe you have a particular date you just want the slot or available slot to just increase a particular date or date range. That's when you do custom time slot. But for time slots here, this is where you configure a time slot that will be applicable to all the calendar days. So, and if you check here very well, you see on your Mondays you don't have any time slot. Then we only have on Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, and here is a bit, I did a bit of tricky settings, and I'm using a third-party appointment plugin, so I just have to do some tricky configuration to achieve our purpose. So in here, if you check very well, we have Mississauga, two locations, Mississauga, Toronto, and if you observe very well, you see time difference here. We have 10 a.m. slot for Mississauga, we have 10 a.m. slot for Toronto. And if you check very well, there is a unique settings to this. Please, this location name is very unique, and it must be the same when you are setting it across all weekdays. So here you see Mississauga always have 5 minutes difference from the start time and the end time. Ignore the end time, you just to configure to ensure the appointment works, because the what will display on the calendar is just the start time, not the end time. So all Mississauga appointment have 5 minutes interval, then all Toronto appointment have 10 minutes interval. That's just a unique settings here to achieve the purpose of this appointment. So if you check very well here, we'll have a 10 a.m. to 10:05 Mississauga, then we have 10 a.m. to 10:10 a.m. Toronto. Then the same thing applies to afternoon appointment. We have 3 p.m. to 3:05 Mississauga, then 3 p.m. to 3:10 p.m. Toronto. If you check here, 10 minutes different, 5 minutes different, 10 minutes different, 5 minutes different. This is just the settings. And also with these settings here, you can easily maybe decrease your appointment slots, increase them if you want to have one, but you can always only decrease to one. At least you must have at least one space per day. Then let me reset this one back to 2. So you said I should change from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. for afternoon or afternoon appointment. So what I will do here, I will not delete our existing records, because this one will be referenced by our previous appointment, because it is always advisable to keep track. So I may try to reduce this appointment to 0 to disable this slot, but these settings will not allow me to disable this slot. What I will do is take note of this Mississauga, copy it or whatsoever, then I will delete it. Then I will add it back. Mississauga, then specify the time is afternoon slot, because I want to keep old records. So I will first I will have to reduce this to 0, for which is 3 p.m. all Mississauga has 5 minutes different to 3:05 p.m. for afternoon appointment. Then I will now reduce this to 0, so that all our previous record will still reference Mississauga 3 p.m. but I will reduce the space to 0, so that no one will be able to select book this space. So I'll add the slot. Okay, it's back. Misaga 0 space. In here I can increase this one to 1, but once it's at 1 I cannot reduce it to 0. So this one is back. Then I will do same to Toronto. Then I'll delete this one, add another one, change this one to Toronto, then 3 p.m. to 3:10 p.m. then 0 slots. I'm disabling it now. 0 space slots available. I'll add it. I send it 0 space. So 3 p.m. has been disabled. So I will just click on Misaga now. I want to add 4 p.m. Add a time slot here. I'll change this Misaga. Then here I will not select 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Misaga is 5 minutes interval. So I will select 4:05 p.m. here. 4:05 p.m. Misaga. Then the previous, you said as you just update. If you check old record, we have 3 space for Misaga, so I will just put it at 4 p.m. space as slots. Then I will do same here. Do for Toronto as well. This time I will do Toronto first. 4 p.m. Toronto is 10 minutes interval based on our configuration. 10 minutes interval p.m. Then the slot is what 2. I'll add slots. Save. Okay. As you can see, we have Misaga 4 p.m. 3 space. 4 p.m. Toronto 2 space. So this one has been, no one can select this, but this one you'll be able to select this on the calendar appointment, on the appointment calendar. So you can do the same thing to these days. So this is where you configure your design. So if you are just switching, maybe increasing from slot 1 to, you want to increase from 3 slot to 4 slot, you can easily do this. It will, the space available will be increased, so you can easily reduce it. You can reduce up to 1, but if you are setting back to 0, like disabling it, because it is always advisable we keep old records so that our previous appointment will be able to identify this name and recognize it as our previous record. That's the reason why I didn't delete this. So if I don't need it, I can easily delete this away, but it is advisable to keep our old record. So by setting this space to 0 space available, so you do the same thing to all this to increase. You can easily increase your space and decrease your space for other days. So I'll configure all this later. And also, let me walk you through other settings like this custom time slots. So if you can remember, there are some time, I think a time in February 2020, you asked me on a particular day, which is February 14th, you need 5 space available for Misaga and 3 space, in which our old records we don't have, we have lesser space. So you just want that special day to have a higher space. So you can easily maybe configure something like that, like add a particular date. Let's say add date, then select the date, the start date. Okay, let's say June 1st, then the end date. Maybe if you're having up to 5 days or 5 days of increment, you can just select the end date like this. Then if you are specifying maybe only particular day, you want the changes to apply to only a particular day, you select the same start date, then use the same date as the end date, so it will only be applicable to this particular day. So you can add a single, you click on single time slot. If you are having, okay, hold on. Okay, here on the title, let's say we want to increase from Misaga. Let's say, let me just copy this. You put it as the title as well. Then remember our start time. Maybe you are just increasing for 4 p.m. You ensure you select it. Misaga, we said our Misaga is 5 minutes different, and 5 minutes different. That we are selecting 4 or 5 p.m. Then you increase the date here, the number of space I mean. So if you increase to 6, these settings on this particular day, which is June's first day of June 2020, these settings here will override the one you set here. So if you set maybe on Miss Saga 4 p.m. should have 3 space slots on that particular day, but these custom settings will override it. So it will override that particular day. So let's assume maybe we want to disable an appointment for a particular day. We can use date here, add another date, then set our start date and end date, then click on disable appointment. Just the same settings I did here. Save your custom settings. That particular day will be disabled, or days will be disabled. So these are the steps on how to configure your time slot. I believe if you go through the video 1 or 2 times, you'll be able to configure your time slot, increase and decrease it. Thank you.